Christmas music.
As opposed to the Porch Talk herd of elephants that rolled in here. Used to roll in here at 10 o'clock. We now will be rolling in here at 1 o'clock. Porch Talk Radio Incorporated, Porch Talk Radio, the network, and eventually we'll have our own banner behind us and all that good stuff. And,
Why?
Oh, just so because we're worldwide now, so anybody who tunes in to listen will see us live, and they'll see the international Porch Talk Radio banner behind us. So when they see it, if they don't realize where they at, then they'll immediately have the feedback to know that this is Porch Talk Radio.
Oh, good.
Incorporated, LLC, whatever we want to turn this thing out to be. So anyway,
that's great.
Good morning. Those who I can see. Good afternoon. See,
we can do this.
Gabriel serves a purpose.
We can do this.
We got the.
Are you sure what that purpose is yet?
We got the whole gang.
Candy right
Tim is standing there with the
Say hi,
cameras.
Tim. Say hi, Tim.
Getting us on TV.
Live.
We back live again. And let me do this first. Thank you. I got lots of phone calls wondering where we were. Had lots of folks call the station. I don't know whether they're complaining or whether they was cussing folks out, because I know
Or thanking them.
Thanking them. We'll think positive.
I don't think they were calling to thank them for us not being here. So so the fact that we are now here at 1 o'clock, and there's some sentimental value to 1 o'clock. I've actually told the people in charge that I like 12 better, because the whole concept of you having lunch and listening to us, worked out real good, and we had our highest.
You can have a brunch with some mimosas. It'll be all right.
We had our highest ratings when we was at 12. So really, this is not like a punishment, because I have stuff that I've been doing every morning at 8 o'clock for like 10 years, including having to do a radio show the last year or so, at 10. As opposed to, being able to finish my other meetings, which usually end at 11. So thank you. Thank you for calling the station. Thank you for calling me. Thank you for thanking me for all the information that we gave out over the last 2 years. And here just to let you know that we're not going to stop. We started something. We're going to finish it. We now have a 1-year contract. So we should be for at least, we should at least be here somewhere for at least a year, because we don't run the station, and evidently.
Not yet.
Evidently there was music this morning at 10 o'clock. So, should we need to go back to 10, we are available for 10, and since we kind of pay for things up front. Again, I tell you, I'm horrible at keeping secrets. So I can't keep no secrets, so anything that's going on, we're going to let you know about it. Even that about Porch Talk Radio. So again, thank you, folks. Gabriel and Willie is with me here this morning.
Live.
We're gonna give out.
That adds an extra flair, doesn't it?
I'm on tape delay.
We're gonna give out the information. Nothing has changed, I hope. Again, I know it's gonna take a couple of weeks for folks to find us here at the new time, same station, new time. And again, by the time you find us, we may move again, but that's okay. We still with it. For those who want to call in, the call-in number here for TMP, WTMP, is 813-251-9867. 813-251-9867. That's the call-in here to the show, to complain, to add your compliments, or just to call and have conversation with us and the folks in the community. My call-in number for my cell phone.
All right, 1 o'clock, people.
They ain't got it yet.
This is a new thing. But if I don't train them, they won't know.
They ain't got it yet. So for those, my call-in number, Eddie Adams Jr. call-in number is 813-230-3633. 813-230-3312.
As you can call that now.
813-230-3312.
Call now. Get a band.
Website, porchtalkradio.com. I do have my cell phone, don't I? Yeah, I do. Okay, it didn't go off, so I'm good. Willie
got to bring them along.
Willie ain't got the new folks trained yet. So porchtalkradio.com, and my email address is eddie@porchtalkradio.com. Sponsors. Hopefully we get a couple of new sponsors because the price of the radio show has went up.
Ain't nothing free.
No, nothing is free. So hopefully we can get a couple of new sponsors this year
Really?
to get us through the process here. So our current sponsors, Todd Jones, property
No, yes,
appraiser. Todd is still here. He backed us for a whole year. So
Thank you, Todd.
So wherever we
He's
go,
faithful.
wherever we go, he go. And the Hillsborough County Republican Executive Committee, thank those folks down there. I think they was getting worried that they money.
They talked to me just a
money gonna
couple
be
nights
wasted,
ago saying,
but
hey,
see,
where y'all been?
I couldn't tell folks that we was in the middle of negotiating price and time slots. So again, that's all stuff. That's water under the table.
And they've been faithful with us.
It's kind of inside baseball stuff.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because until we had a deal, we couldn't say what the deal was, and so we really had no information to give people as to when
We were
was
not
coming,
privileged to discuss the details
when we was
of
coming,
ongoing negotiations.
when we was coming back, and what
with those
time we
that were
was
even
coming
supporting
back,
us.
and
And there'll be
selling.
no stadium, so we're sorry.
Yeah, that's right, literally.
Selling on a price, and the owner of the station actually, had some personal stuff where he had to have some health problem, so we had to have some surgery or something else happen. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on in the last couple of weeks. But I know you are glad that we are back and we are here, and we love you.
What do we got to cover now?
I gotta say that, and I gotta say that again.
Well,
We love you because we got the best audience in this area. Because we actually shopped it. We went to a couple other radio stations. I mean, TMP almost lost us, But at the end of the day, because of what we do, we actually started. I'm giving you guys some history about this show. We started on GUL. WGUL is a good station. It's a religious station, and that's where we started. 5 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturdays, and we did that for 2 years. Actually, when we first started, it was me and Gabriel, and we did that show. When we did that show, and we made something out of nothing, because that's the most horrible time to have a show on the weekend.
Yeah, I know.
Saturday afternoon.
I had that time on Duo right before you guys did. So guess what? I know all about it.
And we had nothing that led into our show. The lead into our show was horrible, so we got no trailing, from the show in front of us. We
had to create it.
Nobody hung around. They didn't have no audience, so they couldn't make one for us. So we had to make one for ourselves. But we did it. Then we went to TVCN. Did that for a couple of years. Then we came to TNP. Because our show is targeted. I'm gonna say that, for the black community. Because we're Republicans. Y'all don't usually get to talk to us, with us, about stuff that's happening. Y'all primarily get all your information from the Democrats and the Democratic Party. People say, well, that's nonpartisan. No, it's partisan. It's partisan.
Please.
And in order for you to get the other side, there has to be somebody like us. So I feel, and I hopefully some of y'all don't throw something at your radio or at your TV, but I think we are God sent. We're here to inform the black community here in Tampa Bay about the other side. That's our purpose. We have a purpose, and we're gonna get involved in local politics. I'm gonna just throw it out there early in the show. The race for mayor and city council folks
Coming up.
Keep saying, oh, that's nonpartisan race. It is not nonpartisan.
Never has been.
I'm gonna start arguing with you now. It's not nonpartisan because there's not one Republican in that race. No Republicans are running for mayor. No Republicans are running for county for council seats. So it's not nonpartisan. It's everybody in the race. It's Democratic. I'm just saying. The race itself, the theme is nonpartisan. But, which means they don't tell you out front and hit you over the head with that all I'm a Democrat. I'm going to do it. See, that's my job. I'm gonna tell you, everybody in that race is a Democrat. Everybody running for mayor is a Democrat. Everybody running for council seats is Democrat. And they got a lot of Republicans in Tampa. In Tampa, Florida, that's a lot of Republicans.
Mhm.
So guess what I'm gonna do? You know, I always said, you know, we're gonna break some candidates, and we're gonna give you some information. We're gonna give you what you need to know, and I'm gonna tell all my Republican friends, all them who listening now, and who listen over the next few weeks, I'm gonna pick some Democrats, and guess what? We're gonna see how many Republicans we can get to vote for them. That may change some of these races.
It might. You might.
You see what I'm saying?
Because there's enough moderate, sensible Democrats out there that have a lot of potential.
Well, like I said, we have to pick, you know, and then pick and push. So that means we're gonna be involved in this race for the mayor. We're gonna be involved in this race for all these council seats because we're political. And how can we, as political entities, even though we are Republicans, just give up the city council and give up the mayor of, you know, one of the biggest cities in the state of Florida?
Well, I think that has been the problem, because I think a lot of the Republican Party in Hillsborough County has historically been agnostic about Tampa.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Which is why.
Yeah.
Which is why now, every single. I mean, it's insane. Every single candidate for mayor this time, and every single candidate for city council,
Yep.
are all Democrats, and it isn't just party; it's ideology.
Right.
What about our commissioners as well? Don't we have a majority of them coming in the new year?
Well,
But
yeah.
that's di-
Democrat.
but see, but
there
the
was
county is different than the city.
But but there was some Republican opposition. There were
Yeah.
some Republicans who lost those races.
Right.
The Republicans aren't even involved in this process,
Ain't been for years.
and haven't been for years.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
and they-
I think the last Republican candidate for mayor was Rose
Rosa
Phillips.
Leader.
Sweetheart.
That was 8 years ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
And last year we had one Republican running for one city council seat, and he made it to the runoff and lost in the runoff. So I am telling you guys, New Day, Tampa Bay, the Republicans refuse. And
To go away?
and I'm not speaking for the whole party, but I'm speaking for the part that's listening to my show. I'm speaking for those folks gonna get involved, and we're gonna pick a Democrat. Now the party can't support a Democrat, but we're a radio show, so we can do what the hell we need to do to make a difference. And hopefully the candidate we pick and the candidates we support like our support because they want to win, you know, but also because we're gonna try to pick whoever's the best of what we got. You know, I know people say all the time, hold my nose and vote. Well, I mean, it's all Democrats. So if you vote in the race, you're gonna vote for a Democrat. So let's pick the one we like.
You know.
That
The ones
makes,
can help the city the most is really the
right,
bottom line.
the one who we understand, who understand us, and understand the fact that you got a lot of Republicans that live in the city of Tampa, and they get to vote just like everybody else do.
Yeah, me too.
So we gonna take a role. I'm gonna take a role. Now I don't live in the city of Tampa. I live in the city of Temple Terrace, but that don't stop me from having an opinion, which is what we gonna give you.
Is that I thought that was the county out there, Hillsborough County.
No.
No,
No.
Temple Terrace is a licensed, certified city in Hillsborough
Really?
County,
Okay.
and so it's Plant
Part of
City.
the taste of Pinellas County.
So it's Plant City and the city of Tampa. So there's 3 cities in
Wow.
Hillsborough County. Brandon is not a city.
It's
Okay,
an
just,
unincorporated area, and they don't want to be a city.
just for you guys who, you know, I know every year they talk about the mayor of Brandon and this and that and all that stuff, but
There's no mayor Brandon.
there is no official mayor of
They,
Brandon.
they do a fundraiser, and whatever usually woman raises the most money for Center Place
Right.
gets to be the honorary mayor of Brandon. I mean, a friend of mine has done it a couple of times, so good on them.
Yes, good for them. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go ahead, and I know everybody want to talk about the wall, and everybody want to talk about Trump, and we don't talk enough about Trump.
Not at all.
And since we got a new show here and some new folks listening because 1 o'clock is not our normal slot. I don't know how long it's going to be our slot because again this morning they played music at 10. So again we happy anywhere. Sometimes you're just happy to be. Just happy to be somewhere.
Happy to be here.
Just happy to be.
Better now than I was a minute ago.
There you go.
So Tampa Bay, Porch Talk Radio is back, and again, eventually we'll figure out when we're gonna be on because, like I say, we could have came on this morning and did our 10 o'clock thing, and our folks could have found us as opposed to listening and waiting on that music to go off.
Yeah, but I was sleeping this morning at 10 o'clock.
Okay, all right,
So,
we'll give you a week's notice, Willie.
I need at least a week.
If we're gonna change times.
I need at least a week.
Gotta get on schedule.
So we'll get people to find us here, because no matter where we go, we can draw our audience.
Mhm.
See, because we proved that. So we drew an audience in the mall. So TBCN, we had people listening to our show, when they had to actually go out and make an effort to find the channel to watch the show on and to hear the show. So
Yeah, there we were.
yeah. So I'm gonna give you an update. I'm gonna give you the update that you wanted to hear. Now go get something, put it in your hand so you can throw it at the wall, because there is a private citizen who started 2 days ago or 3 days ago a GoFundMe account to help Trump with the wall.
Mhm.
And in 3 days, they have raised over $14 million.
Wow.
Now their goal is to raise $1 billion of the $5 billion that Trump wants for the wall. So now let me explain something to you. Now this guy is a retired military individual who is a triple amputee. He's lost both his legs and one of his arms. And he's doing this on his own dime. He said Trump needs help. Somebody needs to help Trump. And if businesses and individuals, now this is what he said. I heard a couple of his speeches and heard a couple of news clips, and him and his family. And he said if every one of the 60+ million people that voted for Trump gives $80, we can make this come true. So again, I know this is the wrong audience to be telling that to,
Oh, maybe.
but there are some
Maybe.
people. There are some people, like half our audience from at 10 o'clock was white and half our audience was black. So we had one of the biggest, if not the biggest, audience here on TMP. So I know some of you guys are listening, and we're gonna say this often, so you can get involved. Also, just so we go ahead and get that out there, is there's supposed to be a partial shutdown of the government. Now, every time, I have yet to personally notice a government shutdown if they don't tell me about it.
Well, there's 17% of the government that shut down. I don't understand, and maybe somebody can call in, or maybe you guys can explain to me. Who gets to have a whole class of employees that are deemed non-essential?
Non-essential, yeah.
Does McDonald's have a whole class of employees they deem non-essential? Now, it doesn't mean that you can't be bad at your job, because
Yeah.
a lot of people are bad at their
Yeah.
job. But to be told,
Colonel Sanders?
think about this. To be told, oh, what you do, it doesn't matter. I'll
Right.
just go on home. It's cool.
Yeah.
And this idea of a shutdown, and I'm
Go home for a couple of weeks and get paid.
I want to bring.
That's
See,
what
and
they, they call that vacation
And
anywhere else.
You think?
and I want to bring that because I think
Around
that's
Christmas
important.
time.
Because they're not losing any money.
The idea of a shutdown is that these people get to go home,
Mhm.
and having the shutdown doesn't seem to make any sense to do because everyone will get paid anyway, so you haven't saved any money,
Yeah.
Right?
and fighting it doesn't seem to make any difference because everybody's still going to get paid,
Yeah.
Right?
and you haven't fired anybody.
And the folks in Congress get whatever they were going to get and say whatever
Social-
they're going to say.
The Social Security Administration, people will still get their checks.
People get their hair up on their back.
The military will still get paid. Everybody will still get paid. Nothing is going to stop. The only thing that stopped the last time, 2013, I did a video over the IRS office closed. And I'm sure that made everybody sad.
I'm sure.
That made everybody sad.
Really, just for the new year.
Oh my God, the IRS office is closed. What are we going to do? How are we going to live?
Yeah.
So this whole idea of having it or not having it has been something that politicians and the media has used as something to divide people on.
Right.
It's so a non-issue with only 17% of the government deemed, if 17% is non-essential,
That's an insult.
it is. And for any of the politicians on either side of the aisle to come to me and make me mad about it or upset about it is just insulting.
Well,
It makes me want to raise my middle finger at all of them.
Well,
Because none of it matters.
you're right, but then who's going to remember 16 days they were shut down with Obamacare when that was going on? They shut it down for 16 days.
18.
18 days?
It doesn't matter.
It was no big deal.
You see, but that's my point. It
You
doesn't
missed it.
matter.
You
The
missed
media was fine with it.
You missed it.
Well, because the media is about using it as something to divide us with. What I'm telling people who are listening now, it doesn't matter. It never has mattered. Everybody's always gotten their money. The essential services has always happened. Planes didn't fall out of the sky. FFA is still working. Food is not poison. FDA is still working. All those things, all those services that people say they're worried about, still go on.
Well,
So this is just
maybe
a political ploy?
maybe they just wanted
Exactly.
Trump to not go home.
Well,
Maybe they want to keep Trump.
Hey, he's a
in Washington-
workaholic. He's fine with that.
Washington over holidays.
yeah, okay, so he gets to live in the White House over the holidays. That sucks. Poor guy.
All his meals catered. I mean, come on, please.
They got their own cooks,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, that does
Yeah,
White
man.
House chefing.
So he can go downstairs and go, I like pork chops for Christmas this year.
Yeah, I want,
Okay, and yes, Mr. President, and they make pork chops. Yeah, it's terrible to make him stay
I
in
want a
D.C.
peanut butter and jelly
Sandwich.
sandwich with the edges cut
Yeah,
off.
with the crust.
Crust cut off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And no broccoli.
No, no broccoli.
No
broccoli.
No broccoli. You know,
Nasty.
Yeah, because George H.W. Bush has died between the time we were on before and now. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. I have to say something because over the time that we was last year, which was about 3 or 4 weeks ago, we made and the country made some issues and we had some problems and all of those we didn't get a chance to talk about. We will make up for that. We will get everything in. you ain't missed nothing. We gonna get a chance to talk about it. It may not be current. I mean, I am currently.
We make it current.
I'm currently arguing with people on my Facebook page. So, somebody, I printed something this morning, like 4 o'clock this morning. I was up. I was on Facebook. You surprised at how many on Facebook at 4 o'clock in the morning?
yes,
Because I posted
I'm
some
usually
stuff.
shocked.
I posted some stuff. I had about 20 people reply, and somebody called me soulless.
Ouch.
Yeah, she said I had no soul. I didn't understand black folks. I said, even though I've been black my whole life.
Well,
So,
maybe you're not black enough.
You know what I said?
Mm.
I said, this is my Facebook page. Go somewhere where people like you or people love you, where people are saying stuff you like to hear. Why do you come here knowing what kind of stuff I post and they're arguing about my stuff?
So you're soulless.
Yeah, she said I'm soulless.
I'm not even sure.
A girl, and I know her.
Oh.
I'm not even
She's
sure.
pretty too.
I don't know what that means.
You know, I
She
said,
ain't thinking you so pretty then.
that's not why I do it. I do it because I have a message that I want to get out.
Only if you're pretty on the outside.
And really.
That's
I didn't
enough.
say
That's
that.
enough.
I did.
I didn't say that.
Moving along.
But I have. But see, the thing that happened over the years is when somebody come on my Facebook page or somebody come on the radio station and they do that, somebody else immediately before I can step in to defend myself has already filled in the gap.
There you go.
That's so good.
Well, there's a lot of people that think alike here, folks, that believe that we can do better for our country. I mean, this month alone, this is still December.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, Trump's pulled out our troops out of the some wars in the Middle East, 3, I think. He's signed a prison reform bill. He's ended catch and release. He launched the Urban Council to invest $100 billion in black communities, and he's working to secure our borders.
But you didn't hear that nowhere.
But what did the Democrats do? Complain,
You ain't heard
resist.
that. You ain't heard
That's
that
all
nowhere.
they had.
The thing
Wow.
with the black folk.
Wow.
He had another group with nothing but black folks around him. So when you see Trump signing stuff with nothing but black folks around him,
He's going to help me. He's going to give money.
you never see that on TV though.
No, of course.
You
They
never see it. You only see it in conservative media. And you only see those images. You never see those images on all the folks who always talking about what he ain't doing or what he's not doing right. And he's a prejudice, he's a bigot, he's a racist, and somebody.
And we hear more of that talk out of CNN than anybody else. So.
Well, they project what they want, and I'm gonna tell you the best thing I've heard over the last 3 weeks. Hillary Clinton is running again. boy, I love that. I mean, me and Trump, me and Trump love Hillary Clinton. Is the lead, and now all the polls. Oh, Hillary will win in a landslide. Well, she was winning in a landslide at 2 a.m. on December the what was that 4th?
In California, New York.
Well, she was supposed to beat Barack Obama in their primary. And she got slapped by somebody that nobody had ever heard of.
Yeah.
And by the president's admission, some guy with a funny name. I didn't say that by his name. He said that about his name.
Yes.
And she got beat by him.
Yeah.
So, no, Hillary Clinton is anyway a non-issue, and it's just kind of fun. But you're right about the imagery. The president is ready to sign the prison reform bill. Something that a lot of people now, let's be honest, a lot of people in this area, black folks in this area, who pushed the restoration, the Rights Restoration Act,
right,
wanted the same thing and have been called for during the Obama administration prison reform, and this was even pushed by a lot of people who are on the left.
right.
He's done it. He continues to move forward.
I mean, there's so much positive things
So
you guys.
the idea is, and I think the smart idea in any of this politics is, eat the chicken and throw away the bone. The stuff that works for you, you gotta. I mean, in order to have a decent argument, you've got to admit it. You know what? The signing of this bill is a good idea. If you are for, and Tim and I talked about this before, just before we started, the expansion of marijuana, the farm bill that was designed recently is going to expand. Though it includes marijuana farming, it's going to include the recreational use of marijuana and as well as the medical use of marijuana as well. So these things aren't traditional, conservative, right wing, blah 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 blah. They're not. They are not. So this is some of the stuff that Democrats and people on the left have called for a long time. It's like getting somebody something they asked for Christmas and actually getting it to them, and still because they don't like you.
Yeah.
And all this goes back to, I don't care. I don't like you.
Right. And that brings us back to, remember over the year 2018, in March, we started having career fairs. Remember, we made a commitment to this community to do some things, including the Black Credit Union, which won't be named the Black Credit Union when we get it done.
Hey, welcome to the Black Credit Union.
Just so you guys.
Oh, you're
know.
white.
Hello, Bill. Welcome to the Black Credit Union.
So you guys know and understand that. We had probably, given it a good estimate, we had probably 1,300 people show up to these career fairs over the course of 6, 8, 9 months, and we did one at Irwin Tech. Had about 500 or 600 people. Did one at the NFL Yet Center. We did one at the Port. Again, different people showed up at different ones for different things, and I got the bug. I'm gonna tell you guys now, trying to tell you guys to go do something and do something. Now let me explain to you. I got a pension and I got a Social Security check. I'm okay. If I don't ever go to work again, I'm okay. Now, starting January the 8th, I have enrolled in a 1-year welding program myself. Because
there is no reason for you to be around stuff that's hot. I am so worried about that now.
We got 21-year-old welders out there making $100,000+ a year doing pipe fittings and other welding things. And that's just straight out of school with a certificate. Once you go and say you want to do underwater welding, which they got a program in Jacksonville, those guys make $100 an hour.
Is that what you're going for, the underwater welding?
No.
Yeah, because it's dangerous.
No, I'm not going to do that. Even though I'm a
swear
scuba
just
diver.
walking up these stairs over here.
Even though I'm a scuba diver, $100 an hour is good money. I don't care what you say. That's good money. But I just want the skill set of a welder. So should I decide I want to weld, or if I need to go do something like that, I have the ability.
How much is it going to cost?
It's going to cost about $3,700, the whole program.
Okay, so Temple Terrace.
So it's 1 year.
Temple Terrace Fire Department, be ready. Eddie may be practicing in his garage.
Eddie's gonna be practicing around town.
Yeah, I'm practicing welding, buildings together. Well, see, part of it was this container home thing. See, I did a program, I did a video presentation, probably about 30, 40 minutes, about 6 months ago to a bunch of people, and they agreed the potential is there. And what I want to do is I want to be one of the people who are prefabbing container homes in a factory somewhere in a year or two. And in order to do that, I need the skill set. So I'm one of them people who've never thought twice about going back to school, get a skill set for something that I want to do. And I think the potential is there. Tampa, Hillsborough County is right for container homes. You hear everybody talking about it, but nobody knows how to do it. So I want to be one of those people who know how to do it. And so I'm going to go to school. I'm going back to school. Also, we did a program on multifamily house buying and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of this stuff I was telling you about last year, I am currently doing it. I intend to make the Adams family richer over the next couple of years than we've been, because at this point in time, what I've been telling you to do, have that kid get off his girlfriend's mama's couch. Well, I wasn't on it, but I'm off anyway.
There you go. That's good.
So all this stuff I'm telling you, to enrich your life, to enrich and make your family richer and better over the next year, I'm taking advantage of that stuff. So I'm not just talking to you every week here. I'm taking advantage of it. Matter of fact, I'm being schooled from 8 to 2, Irwin Botech, Monday through Friday. That's an investment at my age.
And then nap from the next 3 hours after that.
Yeah. So, but I'm good, because I want you to understand that it takes action. It takes action to make things happen, to change things. And I went back to school to get my master's in architecture when I was 45. So, I've been an architect for a while, and I want to improve my skill set so I could be an architect building and designing,
Be all you can be.
container homes. That's an open market. It's a market that don't even exist here. We could be one of the founders, of making that market exist nationally. You could design those houses and have them built anywhere in the United States.
Yes, you can. And I know there are, and because of the whole tiny home craze, especially in highly populated areas, people are looking for affordable housing. And I think that this is going to become a situation in most places, especially if the economy keeps going. Housing prices continue to rise, and they rise a lot of times above what a lot of the average workers can afford. So there are a lot of areas where there's no places for the regular workers to live. My friend has a limo business in Aspen, Colorado, and the problem is that if you work in a restaurant in Aspen, Colorado, you dang sure can't live in Aspen.
No, you're right.
If you're a server in Aspen, you don't live in Aspen.
No.
That's not get crazy.
Hollywood, California, you work there. It's kind of like Palm Beach. You got to have a card to get on the island just to work, and then they make sure you leave at 5 o'clock
Yes, exactly
or 6
right.
o'clock. Whatever time you get off, you got to leave. You can't hang around.
And this is and you mentioned California. I was just there while we were on hiatus, and there are a lot of people living on the street in California.
Oh yeah.
They have an estimated homeless population of about 30,000 in the city of Los Angeles, and and these folks are everywhere. They're tucked into every nook and cranny, under every overpass, everywhere downtown. Just 5 minutes away from the Staples Center and the Convention Center, there's a group of homeless people living there on the street. Right off Wilshire Boulevard, and we know Wilshire Boulevard as being the financial district and all this glitz and glamour. There are tent cities. Now, some of these people are people who are here illegally, but a good number of these people, I found out, are people who've been just priced and taxed out of their homes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
Pretty bad. They call it progress.
Well, let me tell you
And they
something.
call it progress.
Well, let me tell you something about the container home. You can buy, build, and put it on your property for under $100,000, and the person that does the work, does the construction, who is the builder, can put $25,000 in his pocket. So if you do 10 of those, 10 times 25,000, that's a pretty nice salary, and you can do 10 of those in a year very easily. So you start mass producing and doing more than 10, you're making some money. And again, the material itself, you can get those containers for $5,000-$6,000, 40-foot by 10-foot wide by 10-foot high ceiling containers. You can buy 3 of those for $15,000. The rest of the money goes for making it look like a regular house.
Good luck with that. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You put bricks on the outside. You can put shingles on the outside. You can put stucco on the outside. Like
people love stucco.
Yeah, we love.
It's a Florida thing.
As a race of people, we love pastel-colored stucco houses.
That's a Florida thing.
My house ain't pastel, but it damn sure got stucco on it.
There you go.
I tell you, I ain't on front.
So I'm just saying the potential is there for us to make a difference, for this community to do better. Is there. Now I'm gonna do on this day in history.
Oh, please.
I've not missed this.
Yeah.
And
That's
then,
unique.
and then we're gonna talk a little bit more about local politics and how we're gonna get involved and how we're gonna make a difference. Okay. On this day, December the 22nd.
Come on.
In 1864. Some of you guys know when 1864
I wasn't around then, so you're talking
around the
about.
Emancipation Proclamation time. During the American Civil War, Union General William T. Sherman sent a message to U.S. President Lincoln from Georgia. The message said, "I beg to present to you as a Christmas present the city of Savannah." See, that's when Sherman went through the South, burning all those southern cities and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Some of y'all don't remember that in your history, but Sherman blazed the trail through the South during the Civil War. Literally, yes. On this day, December 22nd, 1941, British Prime Minister Winston Churchill arrived in Washington for a wartime conference with then U.S. President Franklin Roosevelt. On this day, 1960, and this is the best one of all.
Holy crap, it is.
That's why Willie's laughing. On this day, the American in Miami, Florida, Luther Roderick Campbell, also known as Luke Skywalker, was born.
Good.
Rapper,
How old is he today, I
promoter,
wonder?
record executive, actor, and actually had a lawsuit make it to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, Tipper Gore was mad at Luke Skywalker for some of the lyrics. And somebody was like, Tipper Gore.
There's your name.
Oh my God.
He took freedom of speech to the Supreme Court.
Gotta love it.
And still has some of his stuff banned. On this day in 1984, New York City resident Bernard Getz shot 4 black youths in a Manhattan subway. Getz claimed they were about to rob him. I don't know if many of you guys remember that, but it was on TV for a long time. This guy pulled out his gun in the subway and shot those kids.
Sure did.
Shot them and killed them. Didn't go to jail. So some of y'all may not remember that part of it. And on this date, 1982, the Empire State Building added to the National Historic Register. All right, and that's it for today.
Yeah, that was a good one on there.
Thought
Luke
that
Skywalker was born today.
was a good thing.
Is he in his 60s already?
He would be because of
60?
arithmetic. No,
Math.
because of math.
Because of math.
You mean Common Core? I got Common Core.
He would be 58.
58.
Yeah. Common Core is close enough 60.
Yeah, he'd be 58.
Round it off.
All right. You guys remember the fact that, if you go downtown Tampa right now, there's so much building going on.
Yes, there
They
is.
got more cranes than downtown Tampa.
And that's some nice work
right
on Channel
now.
Side, too, they did.
Yeah. I mean, all this is public stuff. None of this stuff that's going up now is private. They got the University of South Florida Medical School going up down there. They got the port, got some stuff going on down there. The city of Tampa got some stuff going on down there. They're changing the look of the walkway.
Updating it for sure.
Yes, well, that walkway is going to come all the way down almost to Ybor City. You can actually start up at Curtis Dixon Park, and by the time they finish with all that stuff, you can walk to Ybor City.
That's like what I used to do as a kid. I couldn't afford the 35 cents for the bus. So the more we change, the more we stay the same.
Yeah, exactly.
That works out.
Well, the walkway that was there then has been torn down. Now they're going to build another one.
Oh, nice.
And they're going to make it so you can even walk behind Channelside. All that stuff used to be closed off. Well, all that stuff can be opened up back up. So you can actually start walking on one end and walk all the way around the river. So have a real river
Anybody
walk.
been to Sparkman's Wharf yet?
Yes, very nice. They did a great
They got
job with
container houses there, container buildings there
it.
too.
For the little restaurant,
Yeah.
little food places, and
Yeah.
then they got the nice chairs, that little jazz band playing.
Nice and
A couple
colorful.
weekends back there, very nice.
Nice and colorful, and that's the city place. It belongs to the city. So, even though it's in a private setting, but it's for folks to go down and have fun, enjoy what's being provided for us. Also, for you guys who are not aware, there's a mayoral race going on. And what I did, just to let you know how everybody stands for what's dollars and cents, Jane Castor has almost $200,000. This is what I pulled off the supervisor of election in Hillsborough County today. So she's got like $184,000. Harry Cohn, let me tell you, it's 8 people running for mayor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
All Democrats.
9 people running for mayor. So
Battle Royale.
9
Over
people-
the top rope.
Nine-
Ding, ding.
9 people running for mayor. So that's Jane Castor. Harry Cohen has $113,000. Michael Anthony Hazard, has $262.
He's the first one over the top rope.
No.
Bon Sole.
No. Lavon King
He's already over the top rope.
has 0
Over the top rope.
in his account. Christopher Morrison has $59,000 in his account.
He's the next one.
David A. Straz Jr. has $1,595 in his account.
Is there a way to tell how much of that money is his?
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
you can donate to your own you can donate to your own campaign.
you can tell how much. You go to the supervisor's website, pull up their financials, and it'll tell you where every dollar that come and where every dollar that go. You have to report how you spend it and report how you get it. Okay, Mike Suarez has $50,808, and Ed Turanchek, who's coming in number 2 for us the money, who was just here before we got here, has $197,354. So that's the money. So if you want to look at the money race, you got David Strass first, Ed Turanchek second, and Jane Castor coming in third.
And to be fair, Ed just got into the race.
Yeah.
Probably one of the last people to get in, right?
Yeah.
So that's really impressive.
So Ed got the money thing because we know Ed don't have billions of dollars like David Strass. So the fact that he got $200,000, I mean,
That's not bad.
More often than not, he got it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
So through politicking and begging and kissing rings and that whole thing. Because to be the mayor of Tampa, it's going to be a lot of that going on. I don't care who he is, even David Strass. He may not have to kiss the ring, but David Strass will not get elected mayor of Tampa. Neither will none of the rest of these people on this thing get elected unless they appeal to the black community. I'm saying that now. I'm going to say that all the way till March the 5th when they have the election, because South Tampa is divided. 4 or 5 of these guys live in South Tampa.
Okay.
So normally South Tampa would have one candidate. They all go to the polls and vote. That person gets elected. That person gets elected to mayor, to Congress, to county commissioner, whatever they're running for. Because South Tampa people vote. That's why they got political clout. Well, what happens when you have 5 people from South Tampa running for the same job? Well, they all can't take you over the top because all of them got their favorites.
Mm-hmm.
So the group that don't have a favorite and the group that's not represented here at all is black folks.
Well, I think that Bob Buckhorn sort of proved what you're saying already. I don't think Buckhorn would be mayor had he not reached out and gotten the support of a lot of folks, especially in East Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a ton of his yellow T-shirts.
Those pastors
around
got together
campaign.
and put him over. That's
Well,
what-
yeah, I just won't see him being mayor, which is why it's kind of disappointing that we see all this new stuff downtown.
Yeah.
And really not much on west of Nebraska.
And the fact that he's taken West Tampa and made it part of downtown, which did not help black folks because all he did carpetbagging thing because eventually they're gonna take down that high school and that elementary school and that middle school. All those schools are gonna be gone because if you notice, all those big rich Northerners are coming here and buying up riverfront property, even though people in Tampa, kind of had this unwritten rule downtown was not going to go across the river, but Buckhorn will be making money the next 10, 20 years, because downtown went across the river.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the new Blake survives. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why it survives. Because first of all, it's a performing arts school, and I think that will appeal to a lot of the folks who will be moving into those areas, especially because now most of our homes are gone. All that stuff's gone. I think that kind of high school will appeal to that demographic.
It will, but they got a football field sitting on the river. And that's a lot of riverfront property.
You're right.
It is,
Money
but-
right there.
It is, and frankly, that school's fairly new.
Yeah, $14 million, nothing to the people who's buying up that property. See, because for $14 million, between $14 and $20 million, you can build that school and put it anywhere in Tampa Bay, put it anywhere in the county. But again, for that population to reap the benefits of it, it's got to be in that area.
It's got to be there, and it's already there. So
Right.
I don't necessarily think that's going to be moved. I think the school that should have been moved forever was Jefferson.
Yeah.
Because nobody wanted it on Cypress anyway. It's a ridiculously stupid location.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna move the school, and they've been moved
Right.
before.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And Blake got moved down the street.
Right. Yeah.
Stewart Middle is kind of in the way, but that area will still need schools.
Yeah. But they're gonna move them off the river, and if you think about it wholeheartedly, between Tampa Housing Authority, Hillsborough County, the city of Tampa, and the school board, they own almost 200 and something acres of land in that area. So finding the land for it off the river won't be a problem.
Yeah, but I'm thinking that it stays. I mean, because again, a lot of it is because what it looks like when you see it from across the river is very attractive and it's a good looking building, and I think that magnet schools sort of appeal to that and will draw people there. So
They could put some glass like they're doing on the Straz Center across the river.
No.
Because Straz is in the process of renovating the Straz Center and putting a hotel next to the Straz Center. So if they connect the two, make them mirror reflections of each other, it'll be high tech and hot looking and have all this glass going on.
big glass buildings are big glass buildings are ugly, by the way.
Yeah, they are, but they're modern. See, that's why
Yeah,
people
but they're
keep
ugly.
building them.
They are ugly.
So do we take modern over ugly?
Well,
We have been,
we
but
take money.
they're ugly. They're
Yeah.
ugly buildings.
Yeah. See, but that's part of being futuristic and modern. And
Oh, you're the architect, aren't you?
Again, that's what I'm trying to say.
See,
you
we
know,
missed
they got,
that, Willie. He's
they,
the architect.
They
No,
got
but-
they got some really ugly glass buildings.
Ugly is still ugly.
Yeah,
How modern it is.
They got one in Texas that every day when the sun rises, it blinds people 360 degrees around it, because when the sun comes up, it shines and reflects on this building.
That is
you know.
genius that you would cause damage.
Car wrecks everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
it's beautiful.
But the ones downtown here does that. I don't know about you guys, but sometime in the morning, sometime in the afternoon, that rose-colored building, you on the interstate, that thing shines right in your face. You know, I used to drive downtown St. Pete every day for 10 years, so stuff like that.
Oh, okay,
you
then.
get to know. It ain't as bad as the building in Texas, though. Okay, you guys want to add something to the program for the last couple of minutes and catch up on something?
This is it, Willie.
Say hey to
Big
somebody.
chance, go.
Well, yes, a big chance. You know, again, it's nice to be back in the studio. It's nice to be back in the seat. We hope that we can offer something a little different than what you're used to. And what you'll find is, or one of our guys will find is that we're not always antithetical to what you've already, what you already believe and where you're already working. A lot of times, we just have a different take on the very same thing. And on most issues, quite frankly, we're headed to the same place.
Right.
We're headed we live and work in this community, and we want it to be better. And sometimes we think that some of the people who have been in charge for a long time have failed the community.
Mm-hmm.
And all we're doing is calling them out on it. That's it.
Right.
We may not be as big a Trump haters as you'd like us to be, but I want to tell you what we're not is, and we said this when he got elected, and this wasn't to our 1 o'clock audience, is that I will not sit here and be an apologist for stupid stuff.
Right.
So if you're mad at Trump, he's on Twitter at 4 a.m.
Right.
Tweet to him. Tweet to him and tell him that
He replies.
you know what that you didn't like this particular thing.
Right.
Because I can't defend dumb stuff. So it's just good that we're able to offer another take on some of the issues that you see around us.
Yeah. For the record, I'm for the wall. And gonna send my $80 in.
I'm not going to send my $80 in because here's the deal. Right now, because of math. Everybody's screaming about the cost of the wall. It's $5 billion. Does anybody know the cost? I mean, the amount of the budget they want to improve. Now, this is again. Get your calculators out. It's a $4 trillion.
That's a bunch of zeros.
Trillion.
Yeah, that's a million.
Do you know the percentage of 5 billion of 4 trillion? It's minuscule.
A trillion is a million.
It's this is nothing. This is because of Trump. This is and dare I say it, if this was another person asking for the same amount of money, this would be a non-issue.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The
Because-
money.
Well, because Democrats, especially in Washington, have called for border security for years and years and years and years and years. Chuck Schumer has, Nancy Pelosi has, Barack Obama has. They all for years and years and years and years. So this $5 billion is nothing.
It's principle.
It's politics.
Yeah.
Well, we had 5.86 billion that we're going to give to Mexico just because, and we had another 4.5 billion we were going to give to some other country further south. But didn't we borrow that money first, and now we're giving it away, and the taxpayer pays the note? That doesn't make sense right there.
Take that interest.
But out of that, we don't have money for ourselves, our own country, but we got money to give away that we borrowed to other countries that probably don't vote with us in the UN, which seems to be the way it goes. And to sum up the week, though, folks, 3 wars.
Time to get out of here, man.
Three wars have been stopped because the president said, let's close these wars down. We're going nowhere. We've never gone anywhere in the Middle East.
And this is the same president that was supposed to cause World War III.
Yeah. Now, how long have those wars been going on, Willie, in the Middle East?
3,000 years.
Yeah, about right.
Before Jesus.
Yes. Those wars
BC.
have been going on for
BC.
3,000
So
years.
Trump said, you know what, we're done with this. Let's stop this. We're wasting money over there, trillions,
Yeah.
and we're losing American lives for something we shouldn't be in. So he pulls 3 wars. He cuts off
The budget.
in 7 days.
Yes, 7.
He has ended 3 wars.
Pulling
Nothing
everybody
in the
out.
news about
Pulling
that.
everybody out.
Meanwhile, the general, Mathis, steps out and says, hey, I'm a war guy.
You know what's
You don't have
funny?
any wars? I'm out.
You
And
know what's,
okay,
you know
bye.
what's funny? Do you remember the reaction of the left and the media
They were shaken.
when he picked Mad Dog
Mad
Mattis?
Dog Mattis.
They were like, "This guy likes war. Oh my God, he can't be." And people were
He's a warmonger.
It was crazy. And now his letter of resignation was, "Oh, now we're in trouble because now all the adults have left the table. Mattis can't leave. Trump's in trouble. No, we're all gonna die."
Oh, and just like that, the liberals wanted troops in the Middle East.
Just like
Boom!
But see, think about this. Trump, everybody said, well, Trump said Mexico was going to pay for the wall.
start ringing now.
Well, I tell you what we do. Why don't we cut $5 million from our foreign aid to all them countries that don't like us.
That vote against us.
That don't like us, and we could get the $5 million. Because I mean, Trump is president; he can do that. You know, he can reduce foreign aid, and take it out of other countries' money that we're going to give to somebody else who ain't doing us no good. Definitely doing us far less good than having a border wall.
You know, folks, we're trying to keep it simple here for you. We're just giving you the bottom line. You feel how you want to feel, but we know all you got a brain. All we asking you to do is activate it.
Just think about
Think
it.
about it.
And think about that.
Yeah.
Just think about it for a little
If
bit.
your neighbor wanted you to go borrow money so they could go buy a new Cadillac, and they'd pay
Why
you
gotta
back
be a
maybe,
Cadillac?
maybe.
Why gotta be a
No,
Cadillac?
it ain't no payback. Just give them money
Just
to go
give-
buy a new
And
Cadillac.
would you be okay with it? And you pay the note. Would you be okay with that?
Why gotta be a Cadillac?
That don't make no sense. I like Cadillacs.
I'm over-
I grew up in Houston Hood. I
I'm
like
catching hell
Cadillacs.
right now too, so.
I'm not. This Mexican likes Cadillacs. So anyway,
Yeah.
moving along. But I'm just saying, folks, you just gotta think. And I had someone tell me about the wall. A Spanish lady said that she was 50-50. I said, well, I know you got a roommate that doesn't always work. She said, yeah. So you paying her bills? I said, yeah. Are you okay with that? She said, no.
But then, hey,
But you're okay with these people coming over here and getting free benefits,
Yeah.
putting nothing in the system,
Right.
and breeding, having babies that we pay for. They get free medical, they get free housing assistance, and we're just paying. And you're okay. That makes sense.
audience, let
Hello?
me remind you that Gabriel is the Hispanic guy sitting here. So it ain't a bunch of us black guys jumping on Hispanic folks talking about that.
No, I tear my own people.
We can say the
We-
same thing about black folks. So
I tear my own people
you know.
because we got issues too going on.
Yeah.
The Planned Parenthoods are not in the white neighborhoods; they're in the black and Hispanic neighborhoods.
Yes,
Why
they
is
are.
that?
Yes, they
To
are.
control.
All of them.
Yeah.
Now you do not find Planned Parenthood or birthing centers or any of that other stuff down in South
Fish
Tampa.
Hawk.
In South Tampa,
There's
or
no-
Fish
there's-
Hawk.
West Chase.
There's no Planned Parenthood in Fish Hawk. But there damn sure is an exodus within walking distance of Middleton.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So the population's control these minorities before they get out of control. How many millions of children have gone by the wayside, minority children specifically, and we wonder why things ain't getting any better. We kill them off left and right. 3,000 a day? This is ridiculous. And that's taxpayers' money funding some of that. And then pastor of the church saying, oh, it's okay if they're for abortion as long as they believe in Jesus.
Yeah.
I hear an oxymoron.
Yeah. Well, guys, it's almost time for us to go.
Yeah, I think we're setting up fires.
We're on the way out here. Welcome to the new Porch Talk Radio at our new time. And we're gonna
Tell your friends, tell
we're
your
gonna
family.
Do this again. We're gonna keep doing this until they tell us to stop again. So,
Bring your cousins, bring your uncles.
You know.
But we just here. We feel a purpose, and I tell you again, we love you. Next week, same bad time, same bad station.
Merry Christmas and a
Until
Happy New
then,
Year.
Love you. Bye bye.
God bless.
Peace.
Boom!
Yeah, all new. AM1150 WTMP.com.